Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
It's great. We already have 18 people on board so far. Great. So, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
We'll just give a minute or two so that the others who are trying to grapple with the technology of the day, they could get on board. And always, I'm requesting all of you who have no compelling privacy concerns, please turn your cameras on so that you can have a two-way communication instead of just a monologue, because that's how it's supposed to be in a real classroom. So you should be kind enough if you can turn your cameras on. That's very kind of you. There we go. And I think what I've been doing in my a little more frank PD sessions, I was able to do what Shipra is doing. That I was able to just sit in my backyard and have this kind of professional workshops from there.
Yeah.
So that is the beauty of this technology. You can be anywhere and you can still be effective.
Yeah.
So feel free if you want to move out, you want to go in the backyard, front yard, or whatever. You can be anywhere and still be as effective as long as as long as there's no background noise, because audio is probably more important in delivering online instruction than even video. So make sure your audio is optimal. So those of you who are joining us, thank you very much for joining in, and thank you for turning your cameras on, because that's how we get the feedback. And I see Dr. Zega. I think he's the one who is probably taking it to the next level. Yes, that's exactly what it's supposed to be. I've conducted meetings while driving, and that's how the 21st century teaching and learning works. You can be anywhere and still be effective. So thank you for joining in, Dr. Zega, once again. We already have 23 people so far. So we still have about, I think, a month and a half or so. So tell me, I have children just like most of you have children. Do you suggest any one place we should go to in the rest month and a half that we are left with? Anything under the circumstances that we can take advantage of? What do you suggest?
Did you
Where
hit
we
the
can
county
go?
parks?
Say it again?
Did you hit the county parks yet? Like Hunterton Park, the reservoirs to walk, to hang out, Allaire State Park.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's
cool
for
place.
day trips. That's a great idea. Any place for overnight trips?
We go camping, so we go to the Water Gap,
And
the
these are
Delaware
open?
Water Gap.
Oh, the Delaware Water Gap. Okay. That I think that we did it many years ago. We haven't done it since then. But because we still have a month and a half left. So other than we gave enough motivation already. All right, you must be spending these summer months in learning and all that. They've done enough learning already. So now what? So there's gonna be some downtime, and we'll have to keep them occupied in some meaningful activities. So still searching. If something comes to your mind, please do share. All right. So as requested earlier, I've already shared my code with you in the chat box. You should be kind enough, just open up two browser windows, just like we did before. And one browser window will be for the Zoom meeting. The other one will be for the presentation. And in the presentation today, we'll be talking about probably the most important factor in in teaching and learning, that's assessing, frequent assessment. And I'll tell you what is the pedagogical relevance of assessments, and especially when we are taking assessments online, how we're going to make those assessments not only checks for understanding, but also how to make those assessments as the instruments of motivation for follow-up learning. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And we'll also talk about, like I said, with the tools of assessment, and also the strategies and the pedagogical relevance of assessments. So you should be kind enough, just go ahead and join on Nearpod. I have 8 of you already in here. And the good thing is Nearpod, with the presentation platform that I'm using, you can be anywhere, you can be on any device and still use this. And it's the same thing, I think, like we said last time also, someone said, your district has already invested in this platform. So take advantage of that and see over the next couple of weeks, if you can already prepare a couple of lessons ahead of time. And there is such a vast reservoir or a library of lessons on majority of the subjects that are already there, with all the assessments built in, with the interactive activities built in. So you can make use of those lessons and start off on the right foot. So I would suggest whosoever the person is within the district who's in charge of giving you the access to Nearpod, please reach out to that person and play around with it over the next couple of days and weeks. And if someone has more information, because I think last time we have just a basic information, 1 or 2 person had used this Nearpod before March. And if you have, or actually after March, if there is any more information about who to contact regarding access to Nearpod, please share that information with us right now. Or not, then I think, I think Christopher Callahan, probably he's the one who can give you some information about how to get access to this platform. Alrighty, so this is what we'll be talking about: how to create formative assessments for understanding as well as for motivation. So the pedagogical relevance is that when we talk about formative assessments, we are talking about low-stake assessments. We're not talking about high-stake assessment. These are the low-stake assessments in which the students feel comfortable that they are not being judged, that they're not going to lose anything. So this is the first barrier that you break down with frequent formative assessments, that they become part of instruction, wherein the students are not intimidated by being assessed when it is part of a lesson. They provide you frequent and instant feedback. That's where the beauty of technology comes in, because even in class setting, you cannot provide instant feedback. But with online technology, the tools that we're going to share with you today, they can get instant feedback on their work, which impacts the follow-up motivation. And these assessments give you the opportunity to realign your follow-up instruction. And those follow-up instruction could be in the form of mini lessons. And we'll find out today how to actually insert and embed those very mini lessons within the assessments with the help of technology. So you don't have to even have another session after the assessments wherein the students will go and learn about any mistakes they made on any particular assessment. The assessments, the follow-up mini lessons, the follow-up instruction is built in within the assessments, and that's what we're going to talk about. And like I said, that the feedback they get actually serves as a trigger for follow-up motivation. And also, these very assessments, give you the opportunity to create small groups. That's how you differentiate your instruction, to create small groups and then modify your lessons accordingly. Okay. Now, over the last 5 or so workshops that we have created, and today, it will be the final workshop. So, because the last one that's primarily addressed towards administrators and coaches and mentors, and since majority of you, have a different role, so today, we'll keep it short, and I will skip the final meeting. So far, what we have discussed is integrating technology, but integrating technology to do what? Is it just to substitute what we have with the tools we have been using or the content we have been using? Or is it to augment the instruction, augment the strategies, the tools that we have been using so far in class, or even in the earlier forms of technology? Or are we modifying instruction? It's not only just augmenting, are we modifying whatever we are teaching with the help of technology? And the highest level of integrating technology in your routine instruction is redefining the task completely. So, are you substituting the task, enhancing the task, modifying the task, or completely redefining? That is the level we'll try to achieve. Redefine the task of the student tasks that they are supposed to perform with the help of technology. Let me give you an example here.
Okay, we all know that using technology in school can help students learn. But how could our teachers reflect?
Can you hear the sound? Just want to confirm. Please give me a thumbs up
Yes.
if you can hear the sound. Okay, great, thank you.
And how effectively they're using technology.
Well, that's what this model is for, the SAMR model. It's kind of like a Bloom's taxonomy for educators.
It was created by this guy, Dr. Ruben Puentedora, who believes that using technology allows us to think differently and perform new tasks.
After all, if we have today's technology, then why teach like we did 20 years ago?
There's 4 different levels and 2 different sections in SAMR.
Let's take a look at the first level, substitution.
This is where the technology used acts as a direct substitute. Let's take the task of persuasive essay writing. I could write an essay by hand, or I could type an essay using the basic features of a word processing program.
The task is the same and there's no functional change. The technology is being used as a substitute.
Lots of teachers start out at this level, but don't worry, because substitution is not a bad thing.
Even the best teachers visit this level from time to time.
The next level is called augmentation. This is where the task is still the same, but the tech allows for some sort of functional improvement. So instead of writing our persuasive essay on paper, we could use a program like Google Docs.
With this software, the task is still the same, but the unique features of a collaborative document provide some functional improvement.
In both these levels, the technology is used to simply enhance a lesson. This technology may make tasks more efficient, but it's not likely to make a big difference in future outcomes. Most learning takes place above the line, and it starts with modification.
Here, the technology is used to provide a significant task redesign.
So instead of simply writing an essay, a student could publish a WordPress blog using text, embedded videos, pictures, and other web links to convey their argument. The audience is no longer just the teacher either.
It's the entire world.
People from anywhere with an internet connection could review or comment on their writing, allowing for deeper analysis.
The final level and the ultimate goal of technology integration is redefinition.
Here, the technology allows for the creation of new tasks that were previously inconceivable. Instead of writing that essay, students could now create and publish a digital storytelling project to argue their writing with multimedia.
Plus, just like the blog, through publishing this movie to the world, it allows for other people to comment and analyze their message.
So the heart of the assignment is still the same, but the technology allows them to engage in a new, more involved task that's otherwise not possible.
At these levels, learning is transformed through the use of technology. When we are more engaged and involved, significant improvements in learning are more likely to take place.
Different people have different ideas about SAMR. Some think that SAMR is like a ladder that you climb. You start at substitution and work your way up to redefinition.
Others think each level is like a swimming pool that you swim in or visit from time to time throughout the school year, and that's okay.
Because no matter the interpretation, the real power of the framework is that it promotes reflective teaching in the classroom. What you do, why you do it, and how it helps learning.
By thinking about the different levels, teachers...
All right. So this was a task. It's a common task. We share this information through video in classroom. Now I'm going to modify this task completely. So I'm going to show you the same video, but now look what happens. And at this point, you would have to your works on your own computers. So do you see this on your computers? I'm going to play this. In fact, you're going to play this at your computers and see what happens.
Okay, we all know that using technology in school can help students learn. But how can our teachers reflect on how effectively
Okay. You're going to play on your computers, and it's going to stop at strategic points, and you will have to answer questions. Can you confirm if you can play this on your computers? Thank you. Thank you. It will stop at strategic points. There are, I think there are 6 or 7 questions, 7 or 8 questions you will have to answer. Same task, and we are redesigning it to make it two-way. Instead of a passive absorption of information, now you are adding to that information. So we are redesigning this completely in just one step. And luckily, this technology is available already for free. And for this, I know some of you have already used EdPuzzle. This is where you can take any YouTube video and make it an interactive lesson. So no more just a passive absorption of information. You are asking students to produce information that they are receiving and redesigning it. And I'll not make you go through the entire process on this one because that may take a little longer. But you got the idea that you can convert any passive video into an interactive video. So another minute, and then we're going to move on to the next one. Thirty seconds. All righty, that's about it. So tell me, what did you experience in this activity? Patricia, what do you think?
Was having trouble. It keeps on telling me to click here to open the web page, so I might have to put it on my.
No problem.
On this
We'll get back to you.
I wasn't able to.
No problem. Michael, what do you think?
You just sent me the link to the Nearpod link.
Okay, I just sent the Nearpod link once again. Who had? I think Michelle. What's your experience with this activity?
Oh, I like the activity because if a child isn't sure of the answer, they can always go back and rewatch it. Or if they're unsure, like some kids are, they're like, oh, I'm not sure, especially with the true and false. And you can always have them go back and say, okay, where did you find that answer, or where can you infer from that answer?
There you go. Now, just keep thinking of extending the possibilities with this. Let's say, you know, the substitute work that has always been, I think, a concern for many of the administrators, the quality of the substitute work, and also the students' willingness to complete that. If you give them just to watch a video or something like that, you don't know if they learn anything. But now, with this kind of a thing, with this kind of activity and tool, they're not only watching the video, they're also responding, and that their responses are bypassing the substitute and coming back to you directly. So when you come back, even when you are absent, you are able to impart effective teaching. Mr. Brown, what is your experience? A. Brown, I don't know. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time with the lag, so I'm trying to make it work.
Okay. If there is anything, you know, that someone else could help, please, you know, do ask. You can even send a private message to anybody on the side, on the Zoom. That is the beauty of this program. So if you can, in the chat, you know, you can ask anybody, or you can ask me, somebody who can help, please, you know, do so. There are quite a few tech experts, you know, within this group who can help you out with smaller concerns. Suleika, what is your experience with this? You're muted. You are muted right now, Sue. You are muted. Let me. Okay. I'm asking her to unmute herself.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, I've used it in class and I've used it during distant learning too. And I find it like really good because of the questions that can be put anywhere. And so it's interactive and engaging. And in addition to that, it grades the students and gives you the grade so you know how the students did.
That's
and
wonderful.
Some students are very enthusiastic and they'll go back and they'll try to rewatch it again and try to like get their grade up.
Grades up, yeah, because I think that is that is the function of the core function of an assessment, wherein the feedback goes and serves as a motivation, and whether this is grade or a comment, the teacher comment on it. Let's move on to the next one. These are common, and I'm pretty sure, you know, that most of you have used at least, you know, one of these. Kahoot, Quizlet, and all that, and these are game-based assessments. But these are good only for group activities. For individual activities, we'll have to work for something different than that. Although they have created some kind of practice versions for individual students, but still, I believe that the competitive nature of these kind of formative assessments make it suitable only for group learning. Okay, so here is an experiment for us. We just read about SAMR, the model for integrating technology. On this, we're gonna play a Kahoot, okay, based on the same SAMR model. So I'm gonna start, might have to open up another one, another browser here. And I'm going to give you the code. Alrighty, if you have on your browser, go to kahoot.it and enter this code.
Where's the code?
Yes. confirm if you see the Kahoot game pin? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the game pin. You don't see it? Okay, I'll show you. All right, do you see it now?
Yeah.
So you might have to open up another browser and enter this pin. Give me a thumbs up if you see this now. Great. Already. Your flying possum, prairie impala already here. Excited deer too. Rocky lion here too. Great. Thank you, Allison, for sharing that code with everybody. We have 11 people in already. We have 24 on Nearpod, so we can expect a few more. If you're having any difficulty, please let us know and we'll help you out. I want everyone to be on it.
I'm having a hard time getting on.
Is
when
Denise?
I go in, yes.
Kahoot.it. Are you there? Open up a new browser. Kahoot.it.
Oh.
And then code 9919649.
Okay, gotcha.
Got it? Okay, so we're gonna start, with whosoever is on it right now, and so that we don't spend more time on this.
Oh.
Remember that this is about that SAMR model of integrating technology that we just learned about. Students use presentation software like PowerPoint and slides to make a basic presentation. What is it? Substitution, augmentation, or modification, or redefinition? There we go. So this was a substitution and augmentation, not modification and redefinition. Modification and redefinition, that's where you take the integration of technology to the next level. Right now, you're taking presentation software and just making a basic presentation. Remember that this is passive information. Someone is presenting a presentation which doesn't have two-way interaction. It's just presenting. So that's what we're talking about. When you make the same presentation, two-way interactive presentation, then it goes into the realm of modification and even redefinition. So any task that you have in your lesson right now, think about it. What is the level of this task? Is it just the basic substitution of one technology with another, or is redefining the task completely? So we have the flying possum at the top. Students add interactive multimedia, audio, video hyperlinks to the digital presentation. Now, tell me, is substitution augmentation, or is modification or redefining the task completely? There we go. So now, because now we are adding interaction, two-way interaction in this, so now this is becoming a modified and a redefined task completely. So the same task, but you are making it entirely, giving it entirely different spirit. Oops, I skipped the grades. Students find locations with Google Earth and embed video interviews of travelers. What is it? There we go. So finding locations with Google Earth and embedding video interviews of travelers. I kind of also think, that this still is more like a substitution, but this person thinks it's a modified lesson because they have included the people in the interviews. I would rather take it to the next level where they are giving, their own recorded interviews also and their own three-dimensional description of the places. That's probably, I would consider that as a modified lesson. But so I'm going to stop this over here. This was just to give you an idea that how you can modify lessons and make it more interactive any which way. So just to give you a score. So the rocky line is at the top. Okay. All right. So we're gonna stop here. Okay. Give me some experience that you have. If you think that you had a great experience using Kahoot in class for a specific lesson, something stands out from your experience with Kahoot, and or even if it's Socrative.
I use it for like test review.
Okay. So you primarily you use it for recall. This is what you're saying.
I guess before remote learning, yes, it was mainly just a way because I'm second grade, so it was just mainly a way for them to keep getting used to using the computers.
Okay.
So they're not. I mean, maybe now they're at the point, but second grade wasn't really at the point where they could start creating their own slides and things like that. They usually do that in upper elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So this was just a way for some of I usually have special ed too, so it allowed, I guess, the freedom for them to confidently put an answer without feeling like they're put on the spot.
Okay, yeah. And in fact, I think the newer features they have added even in Kahoot that allows you to embed like introductory lessons also. So before they get into the assessment part of that, you can include your own recorded videos like Screencastify, or you can embed YouTube videos as a kind of explainer videos before they dive into the test or the assessment part of that. Alrighty, so these are the ready-made tools and that you can use. Now let's go into the teacher-created presentations. Let me share that. Alrighty, this is where the Google Forms come in. And this is where the PDF worksheets that we have been using, those things come in. And finally, we have the Google Docs and Google Classroom-based quick assignments. This is now where you're going to take your assessment to the next level. Oops. Let me show you. If this one is not working, I'm going to share with you another one. Sometimes this breaks the contact with the server, with the Nearpod server, but we have a backup plan here. This is the backup plan. Can you confirm if you see what they call a Google Form Keynote 180 assessment? Do you see it? Thank you. So where it says Keynote 180 assessments, do you see this? Okay, good. Now, what I would like you to do, can you click on that and see if you can actually click on this form? You cannot click on that. Okay. Oh, someone tried to write on this. So it means it is working. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, that was me, Anne Marie.
Okay, Anne Marie. Artie, can you click on this
When I click
form
on
or no?
Yeah, I can type in.
Oh, you can type in. Okay. So it means, I think, you know what, you are probably looking at the Zoom share video. Just click on that and you should be able to open this. Michael, can you open this form? Okay, good. Who is unable to open this form? Shipra, can you open this?
I'm trying.
I'm unable to open it, but I'm on an
not able
iPad,
to
so I don't know if that
open
has
it.
something to do with it.
Yeah, for iPad, you might have to download the Forms app.
Oh,
There's a
okay,
Forms
that's
app because last time I checked, there was not one.
No,
Because
there's no
Forms
Forms
is
app.
web-based.
This is browser based.
These
This is
are
browser based. You know, you don't need to download for this particular thing. You don't need to, because this is a form. There's a fillable form you can fill in. I didn't only if you need to edit it, then probably you would need it. But you're not. I'm not asking you to edit anything on this right now.
okay.
Yeah, I'm just seeing a blank screen. Like, I'm not even seeing it that I can't click on it. Like, there's nothing for me to click on. It's a blank
Oh, okay.
screen. But it's okay.
No. I want you
Because
to.
I can see it on your screen.
I'm sorry. But do you see it on my screen?
Yes, I see it on your screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
you
see it
should
on
be-
your screen.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I see it on your screen. I can nearpod it on the computer. When I get to the tablet, I cannot nearpod it correctly.
No problem. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send you a link separately. So, you know, there's always a way to work around. So I'm going to copy this and send you the link in the chat. I want you to definitely open this form because I want everyone to open this form. I sent you the link to this form
No,
in
not
the
yet.
chat.
Oh yeah, I can open it now. Thank you.
Great. I can even add activity here. Web content. Here we go. Preview. Yes. I'm doing it both ways. So this one was having a little issue. That was probably the Nearpod is not letting it open, but you should be able to do this at your end. So this is a quiz. Now, what I wanted to show you is a sample quiz, you know, with a variety of questions. I want you to just, before you actually start working on that assessment, I want you to just come back to the Zoom tab and just take a look at with me just for a minute. Can you all please come back to the Zoom browser? And do you see this form? Okay. In this one, look at this is the first question. So when you work on this question, if the answer is correct out of these 4 options, it will take you to a different activity. But that will happen only after you have entered all of these questions, answered all of these questions. Go to the next one. Same, it will give you the options. If your answer is correct, it will give you a different follow-up and reinforcement activity. And if the answer is wrong, it will take you a different set of activities and lessons, video lessons and audio lessons, and I'm sorry, the website wherein you can actually learn more about something that you didn't do well or you didn't answer well. So go ahead and answer these, and then don't forget at the top it tells you don't forget to look at view your score, and because once you click on view your score after submitting the form, only then you'll be able to see the follow-up activities that are embedded within this one quick assessment. So you can go ahead and finish this one. You don't have to. There are some questions which ask you to write an entire essay or blog post. Just put a few test sentences and hit submit at the end. And I have from Rocky Line, I've received the response already. Rocky Line here, just give us a thumbs up. Oh, okay. Now, what I want you to do is, those of you who have submitted, please do look at the view score, because that's where you will see the follow-up activity, because we have to now complete this loop. The loop is that you assess and then give a feedback. Based on your feedback, students relearn or learn new things, and then after that new learning, they again take a follow-up assessment. So that completes the loop of learning, and that's what we are doing through this exercise. I've received 7 responses already. 8. Great. Let's do this because we have quite a few responses already. Now, if you can come back and follow along with me, I'm gonna do this sample test with you guys. Okay. So come back to the Zoom tab, and we're gonna do this together. I'm gonna do this with you. So here's my name. Are you on Zoom tab now? Just give me a thumbs up if you're on Zoom tab. Okay. Great, because now I'm going to show you what it will look like from the student perspective. So how far above the Earth is International Space Station flying? All right, I'll do this 10,000 miles, okay? And by the way, I created this, this assessment myself. I know the correct answer, but I would purposely, I'm doing some correct and incorrect answers both. So Okay. So I have submitted the answer. Now I'm looking at my score. All right. You see this? This is the first question. And the answer is wrong. And this is my feedback automatically. So this is the teacher feedback. This is the feedback that you can add ahead of time, and the students, based upon the answer is correct or incorrect, the feedback will change. The feedback will change based upon your answer. So because the answer is incorrect, so it's telling me now it looks really far, 10,000 miles, but actually, this thing flies only 248 miles above the Earth, which is less than the distance between that. Now, because my answer was wrong, so I need some further clarification. So I am not only doing that, I'm also giving a follow-up video. So the student is now watching a video based on the information that was given to him, and he didn't get it the first time. So not only that, I've also added a link to another website. Now, do you see this website that has opened up with this link? Can you confirm? Give me a thumbs up if you can see the new website. Okay, so now it is taking the student to another website for further information on ISS. And coming back here, then because I told the students early on, if you do well, after that, you will take another Quizlet quiz to see how well you did this. You will need your Quizlet Google login to do the second quiz. So here is the second quiz. So not only did the student look at more information and videos about that concept, which probably wasn't clear to him, the student also went and took another test. So now, in fact, I can add here a little more into my feedback that if you pass the second quiz, I'll give you this and this grade. So not only, you see that, so we started with just the first quiz, student didn't do well, and then you give a follow-up instruction without you being there. This is now happening on students' own time. But not only that, but also you are testing again, student, with the help of the follow-up Quizlet. And the Quizlet will open up just like that, and the student will take the second test. Can you confirm if you see the Quizlet page? Just give me a thumbs up. Great. So that means the whole loop is now complete. So here is the second feedback. So the second answer was correct. So this is my feedback says, you got your directions right. Now you know where to go. The genius you are, want to up the ante. Now see that this is where you are modifying and redefining the lesson. Take this quiz and I'll give you 20 extra points on this one. You see this? So I'm not only leaving the student with just one correct answer, I'm further enhancing now the lesson with the help of follow-up activities. So I'm giving him another Quizlet based on that. So if the student answers that, I'll give you another extra 20 points here on that. And same thing is with this one, the fourth question. So you have a follow-up activity, my feedback on that, then LibGuides and all of that. So look at the amount of two-way interaction that one assessment has created. We thought that Google Forms were just for, one-time assessments. It's probably the most powerful tool, more powerful than the others, that we have seen so far. And these are teacher created. You can create yourself, and all this feedback and all of the follow-up activities, and then enhance your instruction to a level, which is not possible any other way. And it will be so relevant, so current with your other teaching in the classroom. So what is—
Dr. Saleem,
Yes.
I have a question. Do you have to have an add-on? I know that Google Forms has the response-based question, but that's only with the one question. But I see like you have like for the whole form. So do you have to have some kind of an add-on with the forms, or it's just inbuilt?
You'd be surprised. I did not do any add-on.
Okay.
This is without the add-ons.
So it's
So-
within the Google inbuilt.
Of
whole
course.
fo-
This
okay,
is
because I
all-
have used the question based, but not for the whole quiz based. But I like this one because it's the whole thing.
Exactly. So you can convert any Google form into a quiz, and the quiz will allow you not only grading, but actually it will grade automatically. And the grades come back to you in the form of an Excel sheet. So you will receive the student responses and student answers in the form of Excel sheet. Maybe I'll have this, I can show you the answer sheet right now for the answer that you gave me just now. Oops. There we go. Do you see this Excel sheet?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are all your names here, and these are your answers on the assessment. You see this? These are all the answers. So it is coming to me, and it's also giving me the timestamp and everything on it, the date and the time when someone took the assessment. And it also tells me who answered it right. This is your ultimate score here. It's giving you the score and the detailed answers, everything. And it's all built in. No add-on. We haven't used even the add-ons yet. And the add-ons is another feature in Google Forms, and that can take your teaching to the next level. So I'm very excited on using Google Forms for teaching. How about you, Denise? What do you think about the possibilities with these Google Forms?
I think the possibilities are great. Like, I even like how when they get the correct answer, they still have an option for more than just getting a correct answer and moving on. They have the option to even learn a little bit more about it and take another quiz to earn points for that. Personally, I'm in kindergarten, so it's
of course, you know, they
really hard. Yeah. But I mean,
you have to make it. Yeah, and I'm telling you, it looks like, you know, because I'm biased towards higher grades, because all of my learning and teaching has been in high for high grade students. But instead of text, you can put pictures there. You can put videos there.
Yeah.
And that will probably make it a little more interactive for earlier grades, make it more visual.
It's trying to figure out how to adapt it for the younger kids, but also I feel like there's issues in all of it for all of the kids, because for the younger kids, we do have assessments that we want to give them, but, the parents want their children to do well, even when they're 5 years old. And so, they help them and they, maybe point them in the right direction. For ones like these, I don't know about everybody else, but I wasn't sure how high the International Space Station was flying. So, kids are so tech savvy. They're, how do you prevent them from like Googling answers as they're taking a quiz?
I think that's a very good question. You raise. There's an option there, and I'll show you here. If you go to the settings, and you're using your district provided laptops, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see this? Can you see the settings?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go to quizzes. Turn on lock mode. Do you see this?
Yep.
You turn on lock mode. Students cannot go anywhere else. They are stuck with this.
Right. But that only works when you're on a district managed
district and in the school district also, not at home also.
Well, it would work at home if they're on the district managed
district laptop, yeah.
Yes.
But if they have their phone to
then
to
that's
side, to do a side search. Like, I know that my kids taking college courses, there was something that one of them was using where they literally had to like scan their whole room and there couldn't be any noise or there were a lot of checks to make sure that they were not, like, they were being monitored.
Yeah. I think,
on
you know,
camera.
the technology is improving, and so is the students' ability to evade, you know, those technologies. It will be a constant kind of a struggle. But still, you know, I mean, naturally, you know, for younger kids, if you want them, you know, to focus on one thing, you know, you can, you know, there's internal lock mode.
But this gives them, you know, it kind of goes back, like, they're only cheating themselves. Like, if you get it wrong, you can still, like, I think that's the teacher's job to kind of say, yes, it is an assessment, but, like, please take it honestly. And if you do get it wrong, it's fine, because there's an opportunity to learn and go back and get points back. So do it the right way. I mean, if you don't, you don't. But if you do it the right way, you're constantly learning more. So,
of course, the way I advocate it, you know, I actually, if it were left to me, I will mandate it to make students fail themselves on formative assessments, because that's how they will learn better.
Right. Yeah, there's even when you get it wrong, you still have the chance to learn more and do it again. Like, you know, people have different things about retakes and things, but if you are retaking or correcting your answers, you are doing work you're not just getting a wrong answer and moving on. You're having the chance to do a little research on the answer.
Of course.
So that you do know it. The object is to learn it.
To learn it. And overcome the fear of failing, because that's equally important, you know, how to make students feel that it's perfectly fine to fail as many times as needed until you know you master the concept. I think one of the things that I teach in social emotional learning for children, that, you know, in asking the adults to make students feel comfortable with failing over and over again, and no ranking. That's why, you know, we speak against ranking these students, because student ranking, you know, competing with each other and all that creates that barrier against failing. So if you can, you know, with younger children, if you can let them feel comfortable with the relearning and providing the opportunities for relearning, which is what, you know, these assessments are doing, giving them the opportunity to relearn, and the tools are right there instantly, not you know, right next day, next week, or when we come back kind of a thing. We are giving them all these tools right there and then within one assessment. Right. So so we're going to move on now.
Excuse me, Dr. Saleem, I do need to go to a different commitment right now. I appreciated all of your seminars, and I wish everybody a good summer. I have something to take care of. I do apologize.
Well, thank you very much, Patricia.
Thank you very much.
The only thing I would request, I think in the middle, you know, at the end of that, if you'd be kind enough to encourage all the teachers to, I'll embed a feedback form. If they can fill in that feedback form, that'll be of great help.
I will do so. Thank you. Have a good the rest of your summer.
You too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Alrighty. So now, on this page, you will learn how to create that assessment. So those of you, I think, you know, many of you probably know this already, how to create these assessments. If you don't know, please feel comfortable in browsing around. This is kind of a self-guiding, self-navigating presentation for you. I would like Artie, can you, or Brittany, or whosoever has access to computer, you should be kind enough, you know, just to see if this works for you. Can you confirm if this is working?
Sorry, yeah, I am able to open it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
It will guide you step by step how to create a quiz.
Is this in Google Form or is it using a different platform in Google Form?
Now you're
It's
asking for things
interesting.
that cost money.
It's interesting.
Yes, it is. There's a program for that, that I use to create, these kind of clickable presentations. Yeah, you can use that for any
So
kind
do
of.
you have to buy this program or it's just free online?
No, it's not free, but it's called IORAD.
Mm-hmm.
Part of it is free, but I think then it becomes a little expensive. And I've been encouraging. I know you guys must be cursing me when I suggest, even in front of administrators, it's okay to spend a little bit of our money as teachers. So even if it costs some money and if it's helping, I'll what they call redistribute funds. So please, take another minute or so to go through this. Some self-explanatory. Mr. Brown, can you give me a thumbs up if you can actually navigate through this? Great, thank you. I think, Maria, you need to open this on a computer. I don't think you can do this on a cell phone. And I'm assuming you are on a cell phone. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
All right, I'm gonna try in the computer.
Yeah, I'm afraid you probably need a laptop for that.
This is a pretty expensive program. I don't think so I can afford it. I just looked at the prices.
Yeah, I think for our careers, a little, maybe, after some time, you don't have to do this straight away. Whenever you're ready. Okay, shall we move on? Yeah, I think, thumbs up? All right, great. So we're gonna move on. You got the idea how to install this and how to work on these assessments. This is the next big thing, the audio and video based feedback. We have been talking about written feedback so far, but now some of these programs, and I think we did talk about EdPuzzle before, Screencastify and Camtasia last time. What we didn't talk about before was Kaizena. And RT is gonna, again, probably give me a thumbs down on this, but it's fine because again, there is some money that probably you need to buy Kaizena. But I'm telling you, this is gonna make your feedback really, really interesting. And how interesting? Let me show you this. Give me a thumbs up if you can listen to this and watch it. Thank you.
This video is going to walk you through the steps on how to add comments using the Kaizena app. First, you need to add the Kaizena app. Click on Add-ons and activate the Kaizena voice comment app. Kaizena offers 4 methods of leaving comments. The first method is a voice message. First, select the content for which you wish to leave a message. Notice I can change the color of the highlight. Then, press the microphone icon to leave a voice message. Click Stop when you're finished. The second method of leaving comments is selecting a skill. Press the bar icon. The skill has a range of 5 levels.
Now, when he's talking about skills, he's talking about those little skills that you want to teach your students. So for example, in this case, just an example here, paragraph transitions, how to create effective transitions. And you don't just leave it with feedback, you are specifying in your comment that this is the skill I'm addressing. And the teachers are adding these skill sets ahead of time. in this feedback. So you're not typing this skill every time. You are creating a set of, let's say, 50 different skills at the beginning of the year, and you have put it, on the inside the app, and all those skill sets will be saved. And once you have that, then at any given point in time, you can pick up that skill set and look what it does. It not only gives you the feedback, it takes it to the next level. What it does.
0, indicating that the student has not met any of the criteria for the skill. The 5th level is the highest level of proficiency or mastery of this skill. Note that with each dot, there is a description of what criteria the student has met with regard to this specific skill. A separate video for teachers will describe how to create skills. Once you have selected the appropriate level, click Post. A third method of leaving comments is using lessons. Lessons are micro units of learning regarding a specific form of feedback.
This is exactly what we did, with our Google Forms. We created mini lessons. When we gave feedback, those were the mini lessons. But in this case, these are all the mini lessons that you create at the beginning of the year, and just drag and drop for each one of those feedback points.
First, select the section of the text. Then select the lesson. You can also search the lesson. The lesson will have a description of the micro-learning along with a video. The student can watch the video to see the lesson in action. When satisfied, click Post. The 4th way you can leave a comment using the Kaizena app is with a text. First, select the section, then click Text Message. When finished, click Post. And there you have it, the 4 ways you can leave comments using the Kaizena app.
And the feedback is going in the final example, the feedback is going as a text message. So a phenomenal upgrade in the feedback approach that we had, on so far. You can work around, use Google Forms, for some of this, but this takes it to the next level. And maybe Artie can tell us the price on this one too.
I haven't looked at it, but I have a question. Do the students need to have this thing in their accounts also to work it both ways, or only teachers can have it and students can still, see all the resources that we're putting in from our side?
Students, can also have that, and they can also, give you feedback.
Okay. But they need to download it in their accounts too.
That's correct.
Right?
They need to create, with the add-on. They would, so you will help them, with the add-on. And if you're using the district one, you can ask the district, to just install the add-on.
But if they don't have the add-on, but we have it, and we are the ones who are leaving all the comments or any other remarks, will they be able to?
Yes, they will still be able to open this. They will still be able to open this.
Thank you.
Okay. Somehow, let me see, what is this? I think, probably we can, this is where, the feed, but this is the final one. So, folks, you should be kind enough before you hit the road, if you be kind enough, just to take this quick assessment. And I'm going to give you, this is a special form that I've created for you guys, for Woodbridge teachers. And let me, give you the link. Somehow it's not showing the link on my app, but I'm gonna send this link in the chat box for everybody. And if you'd be kind enough, just take a few minutes and fill in that feedback form. And I'm requesting, yes, like I said before, your feedback on this one may be used for future trainings like these. In this feedback, this is those of you who have joined this, whether you have joined in one session or all 5 sessions. Based upon that, you will get either a certificate of participation or certificate of completion, which looks, something like this. And you can tell me which workshops you have in. And the last question, I would just request a couple of sentences, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences of your feedback, and I would greatly appreciate that. And also the permission that, you allow me to use this for future training sessions like these. And that's all my little contribution to your professional development over the summer. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can see, if you have the link to the form? Alison, can you see the form? This workshop was, Alison, this was the last one, which is how to create formative assessments. That's number 5.
So Dr. Saleem, like you said earlier, Thursday's workshop is not for teachers, it's for administrators.
Yes. So yeah. So originally, we have 6 of these, but Thursdays are, I think canceled for now because most of the audience in this group, were teachers. So we will just leave it, at this one. So we're going to skip the last one.
Thank you very much for everything. It was very informative.
My pleasure. Thank you, Anne-Marie. You've been very kind. And without your contribution, these kind of workshops won't be successful. And honestly, I'm very grateful, and I'm humbled by your presence here. Not many people would be able to give up, their free time and sit, for things like these. But this shows your commitment to your careers and to the students, that you are trying to teach. I know. Next year, your teaching will be much better than this year because of your commitment, because of, this little 2 cents, that I've shared with you. I hope, that this will make a little difference in your teaching.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Denise. And also, I thank you all, those of you who turned the cameras on. I know it wasn't comfortable for many of you. And I kind of nudge you towards that, but I couldn't do it, without looking at you, without the feedback. That's how it is supposed to work. So I thank you very much. Thank you, Sue, for your contribution throughout. Michael, your contribution. Everyone.
Thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, same here.
Got us working right away. Also, I started working on my stuff now.
Okay, there you go. And honestly, I think, I would consider myself fortunate. I didn't have a day where I felt, man, I don't have work. I work probably now during these days more intensely than I have ever done in my life. And only because there was little interruption. It was only because of the kind of freedom. I would sit in the backyard. That's from where, I would have my Zoom meetings. But this was fantastic. It didn't affect mentally. Learned a lot. Shared a lot, and we still have time until September to fine tune all these things. And I can guarantee you, the teachers, when they go this time, especially the new teachers, who usually don't get enough time to practice or to plan, the new teachers will have enough time, to practice all these technologies. And then when you go there, even if you don't do distance learning, you can apply many of these technologies inside the classroom. Right, Shipra? Yes.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much. You gave us, wonderful resources to use. I will definitely imply all the resources, all the knowledge I have received from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Michael, thank you very much. And I hope you were able to get something out of this. And Maura, same thing for you?
Yeah, thank you so much. I really learned a lot. I'm going to use a lot of this stuff.
I'm glad you did.
Thank you. It was really nice. I enjoy it.
Thank you. Very kind of you. And I think I received the most of the response already. I'm grateful, humbled. Enjoy your summer. And, if our paths cross sometime, I'll live right here in Woodbridge. So those of you, probably you'll find me at Wegmans or, my favorite hangout spot or community center. We'll cross our paths sometime. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great summer.
You
Thank
too.
you for all your help. Have a great summer.
You too.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Auntie.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Chris. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I had a fantastic time. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Michelle. Me
And
too.
taking your time to do this for us.
It's
Because
my
it was
pleasure.
really worth it.
You guys, have raised my 3 boys. So, your contribution is probably more than, my contribution, back to you.
Hey. Yeah, but not many parents give back like you're doing for us in your expertise field. So thank you.
Yeah, same here. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you,
because
Anne-Marie.
I'm sure there's other parents that have qualifications and they're not reaching out to help. So
yeah,
it's made a difference.
Yeah, same here. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie.
Stay
Your
safe.
contribution made it rich, made this entire presentation richer. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you,
stay
Nusha.
well, stay safe.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.